Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're here with another specialist guide, and it's time we finally take a look at Lis. I know Battlefield 6 is just around the corner, and I want to just completely finish off whatever I have left with 2042, and we only have two specialist guides remaining, right? Lis and Crawford. We're talking about Lis today, and Crawford is going to drop very soon after this one. What I basically do in these series of videos is that I give you every tip and trick you need to be able to play a specialist more effectively and efficiently. The gadgets, the traits, the weapons you can play, how to play them, and basically everything you need to be able to play a specialist at a higher level. If you're looking for previous videos, there's a link down in the description of this video. You can go ahead and click on that. It will take you straight to a playlist, and there you have every video about every single specialist in the game, and Crawford is dropping just a few days later, okay? So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and start the video. So when it comes to Lis, we're talking about the anti-vehicle devil. Okay, Lis is basically the only specialist, the only engineer specialist that can have both a rocket launcher and mines or C5s at the same time. You can't do that with Crawford, you can't do that with Boris, but Lis has the launcher as her gadget, meaning that you have an open slot and you can use that to bring C5s, to bring anti-tank mines, but just keep in mind that you can't have two launchers. You can't have an RPG or an M5 or a Javelin when playing Lis. However, when it comes to the gadget of Lis, it's called G84 TGM. It launches a player-controlled anti-vehicle missile. This is basically a TV-guided missile. You can guide it wherever you want. There's a limited range, and we're going to talk about all of that in just a few seconds, okay? How to do it, the tips you need for that, the sensitivity, everything, okay? However, the specialist trait is called Armor Hunter. It reveals nearby enemy vehicles that are damaged or hacked when the G84 TGM is equipped. So as soon as you equip that TGM, the vehicles that are damaged or hacked will be highlighted, as you can see in the video. Now, there are tips about this trait that we're going to talk about as well. However, there are things you need to know about the TGM, okay? First of all, not everything is a one-shot kill as long as it's like some air vehicle, okay? You can one-shot kill Nightbirds and jets, meaning that even if they are full health, you can still take them down with one single rocket, okay? But that just isn't the case when it comes to like attack helicopters or transport helicopters, okay? Transport helicopters actually need more than two, and attack helicopters won't just be taken down with one TGM missile. It's like 85, something like that, 80 to 85 damage. So if they're full on health and you hit them with a TGM, they won't be taken out, okay? Also, your missile has some sort of effective range, okay? You have 500 meters. Also, your TGM has some sort of limited range. You have only 500 meters, okay? So if there's some sort of jet flying away from you or a helicopter far away, you can't just shoot TGM and expect it to reach it, because you only have 500 meters of effective range, and after that, your TGM will be blown up. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. Also, it doesn't really matter if you boost your TGM or not. You might not know, but your TGM has some sort of boosting mechanism, effective for when you exactly think that you can hit the target easier, so you don't want to waste time. Yeah, like you completely just start boosting your missile towards the target and hit it as soon as possible, right? So with or without the boost, you only have 500 meters of effective range. Also, if you believe that your missile will finally hit a target like a tank or something, you can just easily press the interact button on your PC or on your controller. On PC, it's E by default. I'm not really sure what that is on consoles, but you can do that and you can immediately just get out of the TV guided missile, do whatever you want, and that TGM will still fly and hit the target. So if you get out of the TGM for any reason, whatever the reason is, your missile will just fly in the same direction, and it's not gonna track vehicles or anything on its own. It's just gonna fly straight in that last direction, and it's gonna hit whatever is in front of it, or it's gonna just go in the sky until it's blown up, right? So sometimes, if need be, you can get out of the TGM as well. Also, you need to keep in mind that your TGM ammo will be replenished over time, so you don't need any ammo crate or anything like other engineers where they have, you know, RPGs, M5s, Javelins, whatever the rocket launcher is. They need ammo crates, but you don't. You can only have two TGMs at a time, and as soon as you fire one, your TGM will start to replenish ammo. So that's another advantage of Lis. If you don't die, you will be some sort of anti-tank missile just moving around without needing anyone to replenish you, without needing any ammo crate, nothing. You just need to stay alive, and that TGM ammo will be replenished over time on its own. Also, you need to keep in mind that your missiles will be destroyed by small firearms. A simple handgun can destroy your missile, okay? So if you're playing in a crowded location, location, there's a tank with 10 people around it, they might be able to shoot your TGM down. So if you think that you have the target in your sight, using your booster will help you just get to the target safer. And if you're playing against Lis, by the way, you can see the missile in red. It's a red hot missile coming towards you, so you can just shoot it down, okay? It's better for your team, it's better for your vehicles, and that is also some way that you can help your team with. Now, speaking about the specialist trait, Armor Hunter here, it allows you to basically find vehicles that are damaged or hacked, okay? But that has some sort of range to it, and I'm not really sure what the range is, but it's not across the map, okay? If there is like a tank 500 meters away from you, you shouldn't be expecting the game to highlight it for you because it has some sort of range. And as soon as you play Lis, you're going to understand that not every vehicle is going to be in your radar when it comes to your Armor Hunter specialist trait. So the range is limited, but it's going to really be helpful because as soon as you know there's a vehicle somewhere and it's completely highlighted in red for you, you will just shoot a TGM, hit it again, and you might as well destroy it, right? However, we have some general tips here for playing Lis. First of all, your TGM might be a bit hard to control. On default settings, especially on PC, you might find it really hard to steer because it's like the sensitivity is lower than it should be, right? You can easily change that in your vehicle sensitivity settings, okay? So you can increase that sensitivity to your liking to be able to steer your TGM easier. I'm pretty sure you need to really play around with this setting just a bit in order to get used to it and in order to find some sweet spot for your own mouse settings or your own controller settings. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth it because it's going to make playing Lis really, really easier, especially for tracking those helicopters because helicopters are just, you know, maneuverable, right? They pull these ridiculous maneuvers and it's going to be hard for you to track them with that default setting. So my suggestion, take a look at it, customize it to your liking, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work out in a better way for you. You also need to know that while you're using your TGM, you will be completely vulnerable. And when I play as a sniper, I can basically just feel that. I see that every single time. There are Lis players who just stand straight without going behind any cover, and they just start using that TGM in plain sight, and they become a standing target, easy for snipers, easy for basically anyone on the map to hit them, right? So if you're playing Lis and you want to be safe while using your TGM, go behind a cover, go into a building, shoot from a window or something, just to stay safe and not be on the plain sight, becoming an easy target. Also, you need to keep in mind that if you're going against air vehicles, especially those helicopters, most of the pilots, when they use flares, they're relieved, right? There is no danger when you're flaring, right? No one can lock onto you. If there was a missile locked onto you, that's gone now, and they feel safe, right? In my opinion, that's going to be the best time you go for a TGM shot because they don't really expect it, especially those lower experienced pilots. They will be an easy target for you. And again, most of the times when they are flaring, they're retreating, right? So it's going to be harder for them to do maneuvers to dodge your missile. So also keep that in mind. One thing is very important when it comes to Lis, you don't really have to just spam missiles. You see some Lis players just spamming that TGM. As soon as it gets replenished, they fire it for no reason. You don't have to do that, okay? You have to be patient. You have to be picking your targets selectively, and you have to just wait for a high value helicopter or a vehicle to just do it. I see a lot of Lis players use their TGM against infantry. In my opinion, that is just ridiculous to do. Don't do that. Be patient, wait for any sort of vehicle to pop up, and then use your TGM to be able to first help your team get some kills, and second, make your way towards the T1 mastery, okay? Now about gadgets you can play with Lis. First of all, let's take a look at Throwables. You have a specific anti-tank grenade, which is exclusive to engineers in 2042, right? And it's going to deal some good amount of damage to vehicles. In my opinion, if you want to go completely just all-out anti-vehicle with Lis, which is something you can easily do, picking up that anti-tank grenade is going to be a better option. Like if your goal is solely just going anti-vehicle and destroy whatever is around you somehow, you know, somehow be able to deal damage, anti-tank grenade is going to be a better option. But in case you just don't want that, your throwables will be personal preference. You can go ahead and, you know, use EMPs against vehicles. You can go ahead and take incendiary grenades for infantry. Completely your personal preference. I'm not gonna force anyone to use anything. However, when it comes to your secondary gadget, there are things you can play that in my opinion are pointless. For example, in most of the game modes, you don't need the EOD bot. Okay, let's be honest. You don't need it. Most of the times, Battlefield players use it for fun. And I like that. It's a good side of Battlefield, but when it comes to effectively playing a specialist, in my opinion, EOD bot well, at least here for Lis, is something completely irrelevant. What you can do to basically be a better Lis player is either playing the anti-tank mine or the C5 explosive. Now, my personal preference is going to be the C5 because it's just amazing. First of all, in 2042, you can play C5 with Assault, you can play C5 with Recon, but you only get 2 C5s, okay? And 2 C5s are most of the times not even enough to completely destroy a full HP vehicle. Only engineers get 3 C5 explosives. So if you ever find yourself near a tank, near a MAV, any kind of vehicle basically, you can just go ahead and throw 3 C5s on that vehicle and just blow it up for good. That is, in my opinion, one of the most effective things you can do with Lis because your TGM gives you some in-range capabilities. You can deal with tanks in long range. You can deal with helicopters in long range, okay? But when it comes to close range, anti-tank grenade and C5 explosives are your only options. And C5 is really strong, so my recommendation is just playing that. You can also do some more passive things, like playing the anti-tank mine. So in my opinion, either the anti-tank mine or the C5 explosive will be a better option for you. So that's almost everything you need to be able to play Lis effectively. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope this video was helpful, somewhat informative. And almost all these kind of videos, if you are a more experienced player watching this video, what you need to do, in my opinion, is go down in the comment section. Let me know if there's a point that I've missed or if there is some sort of trick that you know of. Just comment down below and let other people, especially those newcomers, use your experience to get better and, you know, get a head start. So if you can share some experience with these newcomers, I'm pretty sure every one of them will appreciate it. So thank you all guys for doing that, and also thank you for watching. Until next time, guys, stay cool.